My first memories of Andrew Durante would have to be like seeing him win the grand final for Newcastle and watching him and knowing that we were potentially going to sign him. And then I think like when he turned up, my first thoughts were, man, he's like old and big beard and like losing his hairline, and I'm like, how long is he going to be able to play for? But it turned out he was only like 23, 24, so that's my first memories. I think the memories for me were certainly when we made playoffs and playing in front of a home crowd here at Westpac. It was just full house, you know, beating Newcastle, Perth, all those memories. And you know, for me, the biggest memory is just playing alongside him for so many years, and you know, being able to play with a great guy. Oh, there's always, you know, away games. Whenever there was a good win, Melbourne or Sydney, there was always a good night out. I'm sure he was leading the charge, not me. And you know, but you know, the other memories we've got is that camaraderie we had as a team, as a unit, and you know, it wasn't just one or two of us going out, it was the whole group, and those memories are certainly special. It's ridiculous. It's like he just keeps going, and like even now I'm like, he could probably still go. And it's definitely, for me, it was just the consistency of like never getting injured was probably a big one for me, and he looks after himself. Eats well, and he's just been lucky. And you know, we know if you go back even a few years, he broke his leg, and I think it was twice he's broken it, and they said that it'll be career ending, and he's managed to fight back and play hundreds of games. So it's unbelievable, and you wouldn't hear about it very often. Well, he's the same on and off the field, really. He's got a lovely family, Sarah and the kids, and he's very, very loyal to his mates. He's a good leader, and in terms of on the field, but also off the field, he's organising events with all the boys, with his mates, and you know, for me, he is just a pure role model on and off the field, and he just does everything so professionally, but he does it with enjoyment and laughter, and everyone follows him. I think he just loves the game too much. Like, he can moan and groan and be sore or whatever, but deep down he's got such a love for the game. He loves it, and he's obsessed with it. And like, I still think now, even whenever it is that he decides to retire, I still think he's going to struggle, because it's just bred in him. And you know, whenever that day comes, it's going to be a sad day, but tell you what, being 37, 38 is a pretty good innings as a professional footballer. There's probably a couple. There's one when I don't think he'd ever scored in the A-League, and we were obviously playing. He'd ever scored in the A-League, and he stepped up for a penalty, and I was thinking, what the hell's he doing? But anyway, he scored his penalty, and that was here in front of all the fans, so that was a great memory. And then he scored obviously against Sydney, over in Sydney in one of the playoff games, and again, that was a goal that we needed, and a goal that I remember. I think he does. Yeah. I tell him he does. So who knows? I don't know, but you know, and another thing that I think that's sort of sparked it up was Mark Ruden's been a great asset to the club around, you know, just a new philosophy and energy, and you know, and I do know that Durante sort of says, oh, you know, I'm happy this year to come off the bench and play when I can, and then Mark's like, mate, you're not coming off the bench, you're playing every single game, you know, and I think he just about has, you know, so there you go, it can happen. Yeah, look, I think it comes down to loyalty. He loves New Zealand, he loves this club, and that's why we're here to celebrate, and that's why we're all coming to his testimonial dinner, is because of the loyalty and the commitment he's shown to this club. And it's just a great man, and you know, I think we should look up to him for years to come.